Well then, that's that then, I guess. That was a fat old reality check. What do you say to that, ladies and gentlemen? What do you say to that? What is up, lads? It's CM9 here. I mean, can you be that surprised? Okay, let's just be brutally honest. That is definitely us out of the Champions League altogether. Never mind 2 legs. Do you really think we're going to go to Munich and get 4 goals? Don't be bloody stupid. Let's be honest. Let's just be brutally honest with ourselves. We are out of Europe. And let's be even more brutally honest. I don't think this squad is strong enough to compete at this level. I mean, we look at all the flaws. We look at all the mistakes we've made this season. We look at the defence. We look at the attack. There's just flaws everywhere. And when we go up against a team like Bayern Munich, I mean, what the hell did you expect? Honestly, we're talking about arguably, or no, let's not beat around the bush, the best coordinated teams in Europe. And, well, I guess it could have been worse. It could have been Tottenham, right? They conceded 7. We only conceded 3. So I guess that's kind of better, right? If you think about it, if you look at it from a different angle. I mean, at least we kept them out for 45 minutes. I mean, Caballero did all right, at least for that small amount of time. I mean, we did get chances. We got Giroud having a chance. We had Alonso hitting the target. Right? Sometimes you just got to take the little victories, I suppose. But in reality, well, to begin with, you know, I think 99.9% of Chelsea fans before this game were expecting what Bayern Munich were going to set out to do, and that's dominate possession. And, well, as far as I was concerned at least, I was going into this game knowing that Bayern Munich were going to have a majority of the ball. So, having thought of this, I thought, you know, just because you're going to have a majority of the possession, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to win the game. Bearing in mind, this was only at 0-0. So, what I thought to myself was, if we're not going to have a majority of the ball, the least we can do is, well, if we get the ball, in some way, shape or form, if we do get the ball, we need to make sure that we make that opportunity with the ball count. But if you're going up against a team like Bayern Munich, well, you have to be absolutely perfect with everything. Unfortunately, we just don't have the players for that. We don't. Mason Mount, Ross Barkley, Olivier Giroud. Okay, Olivier Giroud, yes, he can link up play with the guys and he's very experienced and, you know, he can only do what he can do. But when you look at players like Barkley and Mount, you're asking a bit too much, to be honest. So Mason Mount didn't exactly have the best of games. I think he needs to go away and bulk himself up at the gym. I think that's the only kind of advice I would give Mason Mount, because every time he had the ball, he literally just had it taken off him again. And I guess the same can be said for Ross Barkley. Literally didn't do anything, and neither did Willian when he came on. Just did what he usually does in majority of games this season, just have the ball and do nothing with it. Amidst all of that, I think it was just a game. I think Bayern Munich literally came to Stamford Bridge and treated this game like a training session. I think we just gave them way too much appreciation. And yeah, pretty much all they did, Bayern Munich, was just pass over there, pass over there, pass over there. Just clockwork passing, over there, over there, over there. And all we're doing is just watching them. Oh, that ball's going over there. Oh, the ball's going over there. Oh, okay. We got the ball. What are we going to do with it? Oh, just give him the ball away again. Oh, we're just going to start watching the ball over there, over there, over there. I think what pretty much happened, the first half, we looked promising. It looked as if we were looking patient. Okay, yes, we allowed Bayern Munich to play the possession game, what they would usually do. But in those instances when we get the ball, to go forward and create the chances, that's what we did in the first half. Second half, we just did nothing. All we did was just expose our biggest weaknesses in defence, which is just have all the space in the world, just do what you want to do. Gnabry, easy part. I think the first goal was just the fact that Azpilicueta just unfortunately slipped. And, well, it was only a matter of time before Bayern Munich decided to just go, okay, let's have the ball, just walk it in the net. Lewandowski, low cross, Gnabry, tap in. It's like, it's what they do in training, I guess. And then the second goal was pretty much the exact same thing. Literally carved open, like somebody puts a knife through butter and then just spreads a bit of toast afterwards. And then, well, the third goal, I don't even have words, to be honest. It's just, again, it was just another tap-in. Lewandowski just scoring goals in his sleep. And Chelsea looking asleep in defence. Exposing all of our weaknesses, all of the space. I mean... And then just to add insult to injury, Marcos Alonso gets sent off for a challenge that went to VAR. VAR noticed that he brought somebody down illegally, gets a red card, gets sent off, looking like he's about to sort of clap, but then he realises he makes a mistake, and then he chooses not to clap. Yeah, if you think we're going to go to Munich and get 4 goals, and yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're out of Europe. This team, as far as Europe is concerned, is just not strong enough. It's not good enough to compete at this level. Massive reality check. I think Lampard just needs to go away and just fix everything that's wrong with the club. I think the board have to fix everything that's wrong with the club. And we know they won't do that. I mean, yes, we've got Hakim Ziyech to come in next season, but that's pretty much the only bit of business they've done. This club just needs a big rebuild. And to be honest with you, do you know what the most depressing thing was about watching that game? Was that I realised that 2012 was such a long time ago. And in this era, we understand that Bayern Munich are just... like, we're not even on the same page as them. It's just depressing, to be honest with you. We just have that one little instance where we went over there in their backyard in a Champions League final and forced it to a penalty shootout, which, Drogba scored that final penalty and, we were all ecstatic. We were all in euphoria. We'd won the Champions League. But in this time period, it's as if we don't even deserve to be on the same pitch as them, It's just... But then again, like I said, it could be worse. It could be Tottenham. They conceded 7, we conceded 3. I guess that makes us better. Well, it makes us better than them on the pitch because we beat them 2-1 the weekend. So I guess you could say that. But in terms of Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich, they go to London, they come to London and they just get good results. They've beaten Arsenal convincingly. Obviously, they've beaten Spurs convincingly. And well, today it just shows that they can beat us convincingly. So, Bayern Munich going to London and getting victories, it's like second nature to them. It's like an extra training regime, I guess you could say. And, their training regime being just a bit of a kickabout at Stamford Bridge. Honestly, I don't know if I said this before, but honestly, we just gave them way too much appreciation. All they literally did was just pass the ball, and all we did in the second half was just watch them. That was it. That was literally it for 45 minutes. Oh, by the way, they got 3 goals to pretty much kill off the entire tie. So there you go. Okay, so individual performances. Do I even need to talk about individual performances? Because, well, I don't really need to explain very much. So, yeah, Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger were our defence. Yeah, Rudiger was pretty much our weakest link in the entire thing. I've been saying this a lot about Rudiger. The fact that he's just not... I don't know what is wrong with him. I said this in the last video. Okay, let's. I made a mistake in the Spurs video where I said that he was a bit of a weak link. He technically wasn't in that game. He was all right. Today, though, God dearie me, he was poor. Oh my God. When we talk about Rudiger not being able to pick his man up, well, clear as day that he can't pick a man up. I mean, he plays for bloody Germany, for God's sake. You'd expect somebody like him to know how to defend. Obviously not in this situation. Jorginho booked as well, so he won't be playing in the second leg because he had a bit of a... I don't know how many yellow cards that he's got during the group stages, but yeah, he needed to get one more yellow card in this game to be suspended for the second leg. What second leg? Yeah, so he'll be not playing in the second leg. Alonso got sent off. Obviously, he's not going to be playing. Who the hell is going to be playing as our left-sided midfielder if we do get one? Kovacic, you know, to be honest with you, Kovacic, arguably our best player on the pitch, but that's not really saying much, is it really? Mason Mount and Ross Barkley, just, I don't even know how to even describe them, to be honest. Like, Mason Mount, the only thing I'm going to say about Mason Mount is go into the bloody gym and bulk yourself up, mate. Ross Barkley, just doing Ross Barkley things, i.e. doing absolutely nothing. And, well, Giroud up front, I think he got substituted off for Abraham, didn't he? Abraham. What can we say about Tammy Abraham? Had an opportunity in the second half when he came on. Well, you can imagine how that went. I'm not even going to explain it. At the end of the day, Bayern Munich, just a clinical side, as you'd expect them to be. We're not. We are leaps and bounds behind Bayern Munich. And that's the moral to the story, guys. Do I even bother doing a review for the second leg? Probably not. I might as well just take this video and copy and paste it and put it into the second leg, because that's pretty much going to be what that second leg's going to be. God only knows how many goals we're going to concede there. I couldn't even begin to imagine how many. Yeah. At the end of the day, guys, it's a reality check for us. You know, we're not strong enough to compete at this level. You know, we've got so many flaws, so many weaknesses. This team it's a developing team, let's be honest. I mean, we can't argue too much about the players. It's just Bayern Munich showing off their clinicalness, I guess. They're top quality side, we're not. So that's the reality of it. And I think us Chelsea fans have just got to come to terms with it and just understand the reality for what it is. But, of course, let's not forget the cloud does have a silver lining in that we're not Tottenham and we don't concede 7 goals. We only concede 3, so I guess that's a positive. And we were able to keep them out for one half of football. So sometimes you've got to take the little victories, as they say. And we have to move on to the next game, which I do believe is against, was it Everton or Bournemouth, I think? Let me just check this real quick. Yeah, it's Bournemouth on Saturday at 3 o'clock. So I guess we'll just have to focus on that. And yeah, so 3-0 defeat at Stamford Bridge. Tie over. Champions League pretty much out the window. Not exactly that surprised. I'm going to go away now and let CMG do a bloody video on whatever he wants to do, which is what he wanted to do earlier. But unfortunately, because of the football, he couldn't do it. So here I am doing a match review. And obviously I wish it was something positive, but unfortunately it's not. So just have to take the result for what it is. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, I shall see you later. Hidor and peace.